Rise and shine, everybody. This is the RMNFL Network. This is Coach Marion here. I'm sitting here with my man KAREEM. He owns the Philadelphia Eagles, tearing it up in the league right now. How you doing, KAREEM?
Good morning, man. How you doing?
Good, man. You're sitting at 11-4 right now, cruising, chasing the Saints. How do you feel about that?
I don't think I'm gonna catch him. There's only 2 games left. He put a real butt whipping on me earlier in the season, so I need him to lose. Well, I need him to lose these last 2 games for me to have a chance, which I don't see happening. But I ain't worried about the number 1 seed. I like to keep playing.
Well, the way I see it is, like I see you play some really good games, and I'm gonna go back and look. I'm gonna look at his next 2 games, and we'll see, like where you stand. But let's just go in here and look. So as I look at the Saints right now, who's sitting at the top, and I know you said, you're not gonna catch him. I still think you can catch him because he plays Minnesota, who's tough. He just got beat by Pittsburgh, and he has the Cardinals last. So I don't know which Cardinals are going to show. I mean, not the Cardinals, the Carolina Panthers. I don't know which one's going to show up, but I still feel like. Go ahead.
They are 2 games that he possibly could lose. If anything, I do see him splitting that. The Panthers usually is not as active as he was in the beginning of the season. I don't know where his mindset's at. But again, I'm not worried about catching the Saints. I'm on a good 9-game winning streak with some good wins. I think my last loss was to the Saints, actually. So, I'm just looking forward to the playoffs and getting better.
Yeah, you've been on a tear ever since then. You beat Tampa Bay, Dallas, New York, Washington, Colts, San Francisco. You had a tough game, 17-6. That still was a good game because you score a lot of points. Chicago lost by 1 point, 30-29. Now that was a hurt piece, but still. Actually, you beat him. My fault. Correction.
Yeah.
You beat him, 30-29. Great game.
Yeah, I did. That was a
Actually,
big game for me.
yeah, it was a big game. That game right there, to me, is what really gave you way more confidence than ever that you could beat anybody. To be honest with you, because I did not expect you to beat him. To be real.
I think it's a mutual respect in the league, amongst the top users. Anybody can be beaten. I think the Bears, if he really wanted to win that game, kick a field goal, he could have. But he chose to go for the gusto and score a touchdown, which cost him. But I'm pretty sure we'll meet again. Right now, we're a 2 and 3 seed. I want him to come back to Philly. I don't want to go to Chicago because that momentum is real, especially in the playoffs. So I'm trying to hold on to the number 2 seed so he can come back to Philly.
And that's the thing, man. When
Play
you
again.
get down, and you start playing get to the playoff games, you can't be making mistakes like that, like letting the play clock run out, not knowing what play to call, spiking the ball when you're on 4th down. Mistakes like
Yeah,
this can't happen.
yeah, I agree. The mistakes will cost you in the playoffs. And again, you got some good users. Typically, in the playoffs, it's about anybody can win it, but it's like a 4, maybe 5 team race. I want to say.
Right. Now you're sitting at 11-4. Giants is 9-6. Washington and Cowboys not even in the picture at the moment. Now I'm gonna go to your. I'm looking at your schedule here, and it looks like you have the Panthers and Steelers, and I know both teams you're not gonna take for granted. Which one do you think is gonna give you the toughest time?
So if the Panthers play, I think the Panthers may give me a tough time, but the Steelers, he beat the Saints. You just never know which team going to show up, which usually going to show up, time of day, all that type of stuff. That plays a factor. So I I just want everybody's best shot, and I want to play. I like to play my games, as you know. I want to get out the way,
Mhm.
um, to move on to the spot next week, and so I can get in the practice mode and things like that.
Now, in most cases, coming Madden 24, we're not doing no forced wins. But I want to talk about this team, and I want to see like, is he real or did a couple of those forced wins help him out? So basically, the Rams. Let's talk about the Rams. He's 12-4, 7-1 away, 4-2 in the division. In the conference, he's 9-3. No, he's on a 9-game winning streak. Is he real?
Um, I can't say he's real. He had three crucial force wins. I think he got one against the Lions, one against the Vikings. They had two good opponents. I don't remember who the last one was against, but three force wins. I would at least say he'd be 11-5 at least, or 10-6. You never know. But he has been the games he has been playing. He has been winning. He beat a Patriots user who had no wins last week, but it was a close score. Um, the game against the Bucks was close. So he's winning his games that he's supposed to win. So you can't really be mad at the forced wins and forced losses. I just can't wait to 24 because it does not happen at all, and you can get the real product from the Rams user or anybody else that receive forced wins, forced losses.
And I'm glad you said that it's not going to happen at all, and that's because we we're really cutting down our captain's room. We're getting guys in that we're getting guys in that are making a difference in the league. And one of the things that you guys as captains are going to do is make sure that we do this. You must set your games up within 35 hours after advance. If not, you're definitely going to lose a star player for 2 quarters.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that should be enforced. I think that just respecting the brand, respecting everyone's time. You got to set somebody if you can't log onto your phone or however you do it to set up the game or at least leave a time. Um, and that just starts the conversation. Um, I think it makes it easier for us to migrate through the league and get things done when you just follow the basic rule and just setting the game up. Just try, set your game up. We
right.
know we all busy. We all got 9 to 5 or 4 to 12 or whatever. Children, but you're a part of the league. You signed a contract. This is the brand. Set your game up. That's rule number one, and then we can go forward with everything else.
So I'm going to move my attention because we already pretty much hit your division. I think we hit the South. I think we're pretty good with that because we all do know the Saints is ahead. Panthers just drifted off. It is not our boy though. It's not. It's not Reggie. I hope Reggie comes back so we can clean that mess up. Uh,
Shout out to Reggie for his daughter to HBCU.
yeah,
Big
Reggie
thing.
was. Yep, Reggie was our MVP player of year 24. Was a great GM and everything, so he had to go. And we always give him shout outs to the upper room when you get your butt kicked. But anyway, moving on to the NFC North standing, we have the Bears sitting at the top, 12-4. Very cocky, very cocky.
So man, the man got 3 Super Bowls. What can you say? Uh, Again, he's always going to be in there at the end. I'm not saying the Super Bowl, but he's always going to be in the mix based on his skill level. Um, he's a gifted offensive player. He finds mismatches, matchups that he like. He can go and hurry up. He make calls at the line. He changes calls at the line. That's on offensive end. Now, defensively, he might not care too much. So that plays into my hands a little bit because defense ultimately wins games, but he
Right.
just typically outscores you.
So Vikings. Vikings is Mr. T Hill. I call him Mr. T Thrill, but no, Mr. T Hill. We all know who T Thrill is because I gotta go there. I gotta go there tomorrow and get our new apparel fixed up. But Vikings did get beat by Seattle. Beat me yesterday. Beat me last week, 34-20. But who am I? But he's actually took over for Darrell, which is very. It's going to be really complicated once Darrell comes back. It's like, is he gonna go to the Vikings? Probably yes, and then T Hill's gonna have to go somewhere else. But is it gonna be? Is it gonna be what we want? Because one of the things that really is horrible, and I know people got life changes and stuff like that. Is like when you have somebody come in and take over a team, and then that person does well, and then you're dealt with normal shift versus a 2 to 10 shift. You lose an activity from a solid user, but then you have a great user who works 2 to 10, who also helps out with the league. I'm in a catch 22 here for next season. What do you recommend for something like this?
Um, at this point, I recommend keeping Darrell as the Vikings. He does contribute a lot to the league with just his voice, his stage presence, things like that. I know T Hill does make the apparel; he does contribute, but Darrell was very respectful, and why he had to lead the league for the last couple months. He's trying to get his life together
Hmm.
as a man. I'm pretty sure you can respect that. Sometimes you gotta step away from the game to handle personal things. He ain't the only one. So I think it's his team until he actually officially loses them. He has been making his schedule work thus far. I don't see why he can't do it next again in 24. But it's going to be a league office call. T Hill has come on the Vikings, and he has impressed some people, winning games, being competitive, and again he makes the apparel. So, but my vote right now is for
Oh
Darrell.
no,
Still,
actually, his name is T Hill. He's not T Thrill. I get mixed up.
oh,
I even mixed you up.
okay, yeah,
No, T Thrill is a very good partnership that I have. T Thrill is actually they embroider, screen printing, the press-ons, whatever you want to call it. But that goes along with something else, what we were talking about. So we have the Dolphins, which is a whole different situation than than the Vikings. The Vikings broke a rule. The Dolphins broke a rule, then someone else took over, and the
mm-hmm.
Miami Dolphins, Joey G. It's an easy thing because of the longevity that we had our original Dolphin user for so long, and then you have Joe who took over, and they're now 9-6 and 9-6-1. Just got done beating a solid team,
Yeah,
which was the Jets.
yeah, yeah. Joey playing some good football right now. He getting ready for the playoff push. And
Went to the
Jess
wire.
is
Yep. And
Jess
he went to the
Jess is a
wire with
good
the
user.
Raiders. And he went to the wire with the Raiders. Remember?
Yeah, saying some teams, some people get on teams, and it's like a burst of new energy. Um, so I think that uh, Joey G is just proud to have all that speed over there. And so at some point, he don't know what to do with the speed. Uh, I saw him against the Niners about last week,
Hmm.
and he was just dropping back, throwing off his back foot, and just hoping that Waddle or Tyreek was just faster than the whole world. So I think that he's doing well. I do see him as a contender in the playoffs, if you ask me, just because of that speed. That
Yeah.
speed you can't teach speed. If you're gonna make the right reads, that's on Joey G. But that speed alone make you have to back up and respect his passing game, which can open up different things for him.
And the run game with Pacheco, 97 yards on 20 carries, averaging 400, 4.85 yards per carry, which allowed. And one thing I noticed here, he didn't pass to Hill at all. He used Waddle, Pacheco, Pittman, Hunter, and Hoffman. Is
Sheesh.
Hill hurt?
No.
No, he's not. He rushed with him. Got a 1 yard. So if he
Oh,
would get himself together and get Hill involved, what do you think?
again, I think that he's a contender uh, for the most part. But when you play them top dogs like the Broncos, Browns, and the Ravens, uh, even Julio, the Texans, when he get his things together, it's tough to beat because uh, two of them teams play good defense, as in the Texans and the Ravens. Noah's gifted offensively, and the Broncos, he typically makes adjustments throughout the course of the game. Um, so there's some difficult users to play, but again, that home field advantage and it changes the game a little bit. Is he the leader in his division at the moment? No, the Bills are.
The
Nope.
Bill, yeah. And speaking
Yeah.
of the Bills, let's talk about the Bills taking his first loss after the loss that I gave him early in the season. The surprising Colts beat them 27-21. 27-21. Now Kareem's coming out with a Saturday morning show. Normally there's gonna be some clips behind this. I can't wait to see you run that one too, by the way. But how about the Bills? 14-2 now. Got beat by which was a 4-11 team at the time. Now he's 5-11. You think somebody just humbled him?
Not really. He had he did what he had to do in the regular season. I think he's 14-2. It's not much more to prove. If you can't go undefeated, it don't matter when you lose. So I think he just probably trying things at the moment to get ready for the playoffs because that playoffs going to be it's going to be grueling over there. He does not have the head. He does not have the advantage of Fasico, who has beat him twice last season. Uh, Noah just a good user, gifted user. So they're the two ones that he had to watch out for. I don't ever count on Julio. He makes adjustments and he plays defense and he runs the ball. So I think the Bills. I ain't say he's a front runner. He did what he had to do in the regular season to be the number one seed. So now everything I go through Buffalo. So now make it work. I want to see him make it work this year. He has no excuses. Number one seed, got Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Diggs over there. Good defense. Make it work.
So let's turn our attention back over to the AFC West. Broncos just getting beat by the Browns last week. Wait, was it last week? No, it was actually this week. My fault. This week, the Broncos got beat 14-7, 17-14. Was actually expected the Broncos to win that, but I guess I don't know why he lost, but he lost. What did you think of the
Um,
game? Go ahead.
you didn't expect the Broncos to win that. The Broncos lost that game.
No, I expected the Broncos to beat the Browns. That's what I meant to say. I expected him to beat the Browns that game.
That was a good, hard fought game. That's playoff football right there. 17-14. I think it could have went either way, um, for the most part. So the Browns came out with a victory. I think he secured the number two seed in the playoffs for the AFC by beating the Ravens the week before, beating the Broncos this week. So now it's the Bills, the Browns, Broncos,
Well, check this
whoever
out.
that.
We have the Saints, we have the Ravens, the Cowboys, in the channel, and the Ravens say the Bills will be a second round knockout. Now,
I can see.
I don't know if I have an updated playoff picture. If it's wrong, somebody send me the right one.
I can see that because he will be playing the Ravens more than likely. The Ravens are the fifth seed right now. Uh, Losing to the Browns, dropping down. They're in the same division. Unfortunately, he does have an impressive record, but it'd be the Bills versus the Ravens. Only thing I can say to the Ravens is that you got to go to Buffalo. It's cold up there. So I think it's gonna be Saquon left, Saquon right. Saquon left, Saquon right.
So what I have is incorrect then. So I got Bills at the top, Browns 2, Ravens 3, but
So the
let me
Ravens is 3 in the standings, but they fifth once you get to the playoffs
okay.
because of the 4 division leaders. So it's Bills top, Browns second, Broncos third. You should have the Jaguars fourth. My Jaguars fourth, Ravens fifth, and I don't know the other 2 teams. I think Julio's sixth, and I don't know who the 7th team is.
It looks like the Jaguars are on top right now.
Yeah, Jaguars on top of Julio division, the
And
Texans.
that yeah.
So they'd be a 4th seed based off of record. So, I don't know who the 7th seed. Who's the 7th seed in the playoffs for the what AFC?
Well,
The Jets. It was the Jets. It was the Jets, but I don't know if they still there. Might be the Dolphins now.
hopefully, hey, Fasiko, send me an updated standings from the league to the Facebook if you can, or anyone that's on. We'll get it right, and we'll figure that one out. I think we hit all the divisions. We hit all the divisions, but we also had some. Now, when the last I looked, Tennessee was beating Jaguars. Somehow the Jaguars came back.
Yeah, I I didn't watch that game. The game has no impact on what I do in my league on my side. So
Chargers beat the Steelers. This is why it surprises me because the Steelers be playing strong one week and then once I like Noah said, who's the Browns? He said once I'm out of the divisions, the Steelers should make it to the playoffs. But I really don't want to say that yet because you don't know who I'm going to put in that division. All it takes is the upper room to come back, which would move, will get the Panthers off the Panthers, and it's going to bring. And I'm on the fence right now with our original Bills user, but he's supposed to go to the Bills. Jeff from Canada, second guy to ever
okay,
join this league. Uh, he was the second user. I never had to fill the Bills user ever. And then the Bills user will go to the Panthers.
okay,
Yeah, that's how that works. But we don't know yet. We won't know until those tickets start flying out, and then basically whoever didn't. I'm telling you, if these guys did not take care of their game, we moving on. We had what? We had
sure.
a whole year to get $60. So at this point right now, there's a few guys that already took care of their Giants. I think the no couple teams. I have a list. Dan DeMar, I think he took care of his team. The Patriots took care of his team. There's a few guys out there that did that. I think there's one more. There's a couple. I got a list somewhere. I'll take care of that later. Now, going into going into the practice league. Now you know why I came up with that, right?
I don't know why, but I did hear rumblings that you just wanted to switch it up.
All right.
Um, I would have did
So
it a little bit differently though, but
now that you
uh,
said Rumble, I'll tell you why. The reason why I did that is because every time we start, oh, and matter of fact, before I get to that, let me stop there for a second. I did get the message from Fasico. Right now, the Bills is 1, Browns is 2, Jags is 3,
oh,
Broncos is 4, Ravens is 5, Dolphins is 6, and the Jets are 7. So right now, it looks like the Texans has to keep winning. Everybody got to win at the 7 and 6, the 6 and 7.
they
So
say you win. All you can control is you win. That's all you can control.
so back
That's
to
that's
what I.
surprising.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Definitely is. So basically, what I did though to talk about. what you were asking about, that you heard that we were our first season. We're gonna get the game. We're gonna start right up. We don't even care if they did upgrades or not. We're gonna learn the game, and we're just gonna go from there. So basically, what happened was we got this chart. Somebody posted it a little bit ago, and then I just said, you know what? I'm gonna use this chart to figure out what teams go where. Okay. So this chart came up, and I had everybody pick numbers. And when the numbers were picked, I said perfect. So everybody paste your numbers, and we'll go from there. So they did. And once they did, I took the chart, and that's how I came up with the with who gets who. Because I said everybody place your favorite number from 1 to 32, and here it went. So it was actually it was Fasico who posted that chart, and he didn't even get it. So we did a good job disguising that. But I do have who got who though. So, in case that you don't know, I'm going to start it from the bottom. And the guys that I don't talk to about is because I don't know what they're doing because they've been so distant to the league. So, Rams goes to the Chargers user who is Crosby. Percy gets the Cardinals. I got the Raiders. Kareem, of course, you got the Saints. Will, he gets the Vikings. Uh, Levi's not here right now. So that kind of takes a turn. So we'll figure out what's going to happen with the Vikings team. Then we have not the Vikings, the Broncos. The Broncos. Musa has the Panthers. I have to figure out what's going on with Dan DeMar, but we'll talk about the Titans later. Uh, Reggie comes back. He has the Texans. Julio has the Lions. Tavares, who is the Vikings, he has the Patriots. Richard, who has the Raiders, will take the Jets. Noah will go to the Falcons. TJ, who's the Colts, who just got done scraping the Bills, he will take the Jaguars. And Fasico will take Seattle. Our Patriots user Kenny will take the Steelers. Burrell will take the Packers. Sherwood just the Lions. He will take the Browns. Coach Rev will take the Buccaneers. CJ will take the Colts. Dustin will take the Giants. And Carter will take the Chargers. Eugene, a 49ers user, will take the Commanders. Darrell, if he comes back, should be getting on the Dolphins, but we don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to hold that team. And then you'll have Nate. He will take the Bears. Quarry will take the Chiefs. Ahmad, who is the Cowboys, will take the Bengals. And Tarek will take the 49ers. Edwin will take the Bills. And the Ravens is still open because I'm not sure what Frederick's going to do, but Frederick will get the Ravens. Bird will get the Cowboys. And your Eagles will go to the Giants user. So that's the layout.
Okay. Well, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. And then how the payout's going to go is the very first year when we start. Okay, so let's slow down. So we're going to go through a few weeks, guys. We're going to go through a few weeks to get all the nicks and necks out the game. NFL is going to get ahead of us, and then it's going to come crunch time. And the way you play in the practice season, as far as your attendance, as far as setting up your games, your final pitchers, and yes, it's $40. It's $40 to join. And anyway, in the $40, I'll tell you about where it's going to go. But remember, the way you do in the practice squad the practice league can get you kicked out. All right. So how it's gonna go is the first season that we play our real season when we get back on our real teams. What's gonna happen is first year everybody that makes the playoffs is gonna get $20. The second the second round you get 40, and our AFC losers, NFC losers will get 60, and then it's 150, 75. However, if everything goes good and these guys are on top of their fines, then we'll start using that money for like the game of the weeks. So captains are going to be all over it. Guys, I'm telling you right now, don't break the rules. Make sure you show up. Make sure you're using the proper language on the streams when we go live. But they definitely going to be watching, and all that money is going to go to the game of the weeks. That's the first year. And remember, the first year we do what the NFL does. So I don't have Kyler Murray for the whole season until he comes back. Is there any other injuries that stand out?
I saw that Gardner Johnson, he's out. He might be out for a couple weeks. I saw Joe Burrow might be out for a couple weeks. The big one, Jalen Ramsey, is out until December. Um, they the main ones that I've seen thus far. There has been injuries, but they're the main ones that I have seen so far. One big one is the running back, Josh Jacobs. He's planning to hold out. So, we following it. We following the NFL so we can mimic the best way we can on our end. And them guys are not able to play. If the computer subs them in automatically and we catch it, you suspend it right away because you should take them off your depth chart. You know,
Yeah, eventually it's going to happen a little bit, but it's going to happen at least once, and you got to catch that. If the thing is catching it, you leave them in there and start getting some first downs or some big plays on them, and you know they're not supposed to be in there. You got to take them out.
yeah. But
So
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to 24. It drops in what 12 days, 13 days. We in August 1st today, baby. August 1st. We almost there.
yeah, and I still like the new rule here. So we're gonna go over this in detail though, and then I want to talk to you about two things. This is gonna be key here. Also, Jamison Wilson, the Saints said is suspended.
Okay.
Okay, Jamison Wilson. But this is gonna be key here. After the first year, when we get out of what the NFL does, the second season is also a pay season. But when you go to trade someone, they have to have a 90 rating and up the first year left on the contract. So they must have it. I like that rule. How do you feel?
Repeated. It had to have a what rating?
So you have the 90 rating and up. The player must have 1 year left on their contract.
Yeah, I agree. They typically game changers at that position, and they don't get traded too often. Um, Again, we point out Fasico. Him, you got Lamar and you got Saquon. You know, Saquon's a game changer. We saw him today with like 26 carries and he had like 8 catches in the game. He's a game changer. So we try to prevent that going forward. Them stud players to be traded because if a boy got a 90 overall up and he's got last year of his contract, more likely he probably won't be re-signed anyway by the team. So
Yeah, and that's one of the things I want you to go over. I'm gonna give that to you. That's one thing I hope you hit. Um, Going over the new stuff in the franchise mode that it's there, but it won't have nothing to do with us. And one of the things that it won't have nothing to do with us is X factors. But the next thing is 79 to 89 rating. The player must have 2 years left on their contract in order for you to trade them. Good deal?
I think it's a good deal. 2 years. I think it's kind of difficult though. Like I got ETN this past season. He's like an 84 overall, but he was still on his rookie contract. I want to say. So I think it's going to be some backlash on that. But we do have a league front office for a reason. We do talk about everything inside the league front office, trying to improve the gameplay, improve the user's performance, and improve the brand of RMFL. So I'm pretty sure it'll be discussed in the league front office as we get closer to the season. We
Then,
still a year away, basically.
mhm. And then 78 rating and under. There's no trade rules.
Yeah, that'd be like that added piece to your team. That brings something good. You might have a little middle linebacker who's good in pass coverage, but he's a little bit older, like a Bobby Wagner or something like that,
Yeah.
who can add to your team, or like a left tackle on the older end that can just add to your team, add to the depth of your team, and fill in a position just in case an injury occurs.
So the things I want to talk about that I told you, just hang on. I want to say this to you. And I want to talk about this because I feel like some of it's fake and it's a little bit too much. I think it's overkill. And I'm going to go to this team that just played one of his last games. Now, we're not knocking him. Just remember that. But when I see stuff
Okay.
that just looks a little bit too far-fetched, sometimes I gotta say something about it because we try to keep it as real as possible. But I'm gonna pull the game up first, and then I'm gonna give you a couple situations where it happens. And I'm gonna pull it up right now. So I'm pulling it up right now. It's the Chicago Bears. One of the things I noticed about him is let me get to it real quick. He makes a lot of adjustments. So it's first down here, and you're going to see him make a run here. And then as soon as he gets ready to pass, I definitely want to put a count on how many times you can make a hot read. Because some of them, I feel like it's overboard. That's just me. Some of them is too much. And there has to be a limit to this stuff. And it happens mostly like when there's one, that's emotion, that's fine. It's mostly in the past. That's two. That's not an audible. He's just calling them out. It's usually passes. What are we gonna do about guys who do too many adjustments?
Well, I think it's kind of hard to crack down on that.
Why do
So I
you say?
think there's a lot of NFL teams that the experienced quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers or who else? I'm pretty sure Trevor Lawrence got the keys. A lot of NFL quarterbacks with the keys to the team. They usually have a zone beater and a man beater in their offense. So what the Chicago Bears does typically is he'll find out if you're in zone and man. Once he finds out, he identifies which zone, which man, and he go from there. It really doesn't matter what play he calls or picks because he's always going to audible.
Let me see if I can get. All right, so that was an interception. I want to get to what I'm talking about. I don't know how the heck he scored that goal.
But yeah, he typically audibles to what's more comfortable to him. Like with everyone though, everyone has go-to things. And you just gotta find out what he like to go to. His go-to. You know he's gonna
Yeah,
go
but
deep.
when you start getting 7 changes,
Yeah, no, that's absurd.
yeah, man, I've
I mean,
seen it when it was like 7 different audible calls.
he changing everybody at the line of scrimmage.
Like,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
so I really want to do something with that. Like right now, Okay, so you look here, the play clock is at 34. I gotta check to see if somebody took the playoff clock rundown off. Nobody should be making changes. Because when you come out the huddle, there should be only so many seconds left, and I think that's what the problem is. And yes, I will make changes. I'm gonna make changes on the rundown because that's just too much.
Okay.
And that's so. I was watching the game, and I know we can't play it on the stream, but I was watching the game. They have anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds left when they come out the huddle. If
That's
you
typical for
disagree, tell me.
NFL. No, that's typical for NFL. Again, they give you enough time to make an audible board too. You're not making 7 different changes at the line of scrimmage. I say that. Unless you say like unless it's like a code word, and everyone just knows that code word and that route off that code word. You know what I'm saying? Like when Peyton Manning come to the line of scrimmage and say Omaha, 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 that means you do this, you do that, you do this. You know.
What game did
But
he
then I,
lose? What game did he lose? What was the last game that oh, he lost to you, right?
yeah,
Okay. Oh man, I don't have the stream. Let's see who was away. He was away, right?
yeah.
That was one game that he did it the most. All right,
I
so
didn't enough.
I'm gonna get it. I got that. That's the game we need to watch.
I wasn't paying attention to it.
You're playing.
I'm in the game trying to stop it.
Yeah. So you wasn't paying attention to it. Let's see here. But yeah, we got to come up with a number for that. And I
I
think
don't know
the
how
best.
I don't know how you're gonna
Give him
how you gonna
15 seconds
micromanage that
after the
though.
huddle. 15 seconds
Oh,
out of the
okay.
huddle. That's what I'm
All
gonna
right.
drop it to. So without any crying, when you come out the huddle, you're gonna have 15 seconds. It's gonna speed the game up. We're gonna get more plays. We're gonna get more delay. What do you call that? Delay of games. What else are we gonna get out of it?
No mistakes.
Lot of mistakes. Here it is. I got the game. I got the game. Here's the game. I'm gonna show it. This game here was one game that you see it a lot, and he usually does it when he has to think, like when somebody's busting his butt. So here goes one right here. The question is, you guys got to figure out how to beat this dude. Let me go back a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna pull up a game. That's you missing that extra point. That's another mistake that people are doing, missing field goals and extra points. You should have showed the game against the Texans. Oh, I heard about it. He did some raunchy stuff. That's what happened. Yeah, I'm going to put that game up because I heard about it and we're going to look at it. We're going to have to figure a way to stop this nonsense out. So apparently he did something. We'll get to that. It was supposed to be really bad at the last. I'll find it. But if you watch how many audibles he's made in this game that you have. So we have to figure out how to beat him, and he's the master at trying to figure out how to make the computer not know. He knows how to make the guys bump into each other when he needs it the most. I'm gonna get to that part where he did it. That's what you guys are dealing with. Somebody who sits home and they don't go on YouTube. They just play the game and they say, "Oh, if I do this, he's gonna block that dude out. If I do that, he's gonna block this dude out." And take you totally out of the play.
Well, that's unfortunate.
If somebody can give me the time, that would be great. Saints, if you can give me the exact time. I know the Lions got me with something. The Lions got me with it. I've seen Fasico got hit with this one play from the Browns. They flip the play. It makes your defensive. There it is. I found the play. It makes your defensive back stand still, and you're left open with a wide open pass. I definitely hope that Madden fixes some of this.
I agree. I definitely agree.
See how he's making all these changes?
I can't actually see it.
See that? Oh, if you're watching the actual stream. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put the Discord up for you. I don't know why we didn't think about that.
Is this my game or this is the Texans?
This is your game right here.
So what you talking about?
Okay, I'm gonna go back again. Watch how many audibles he makes. And I think this is where it's like a little monotonous. It's just like way too many changes. And look how much time. This is because he has too much time left. So someone had to take off the play clock rundown. And that's why I only like certain people to have.
Yeah, this is crazy.
There you go.
So he made about 6 checks at the line. That typically doesn't happen in real football. You might have a hot route with 1 or 2 receivers, but he made 6 checks at the line.
9 adjustments he made. 9 adjustments. 9. We're gonna have to break that down and cut that out. That's gonna even the playing field.
So this right here, what he's doing is finding a play. So he got verticals.
Now he switched it.
No, he still got verticals. He was finding a play, so he picked the play and he audible into a play that he liked.
15 seconds.
That was less.
So we're at 34, 32. There's no play clock rundown. That's what the issue is. Yep. Oh, there it goes.
So
it's less. Now see, this is less.
Empty. He probably press middle high. He press.
Correct.
Okay. The audible triangle into the hitch route.
So basically, if you guys can't figure out how to stop the stuff that he's figured out on how to confuse your defense, how to make your defense get, which would be a penalty in the NFL. You do know that, right? Let's go to the end of the game where a lot of adjustments were made and you ended up winning. Billy the Goat, can you get me the exact time for the Texans game so I can actually see that play? Alright, so right now it's 29. Okay, you end up scoring, right?
Yeah, I scored. With second and 6 on the 23-yard line.
That's the confusion from home field advantage. So am I saying something incorrect, or am I really saying that we need to drop this down so that when you come out the huddle, you got 15 seconds?
I don't see too many NFL teams come out of the huddle with 25, 30 seconds left on the play clock, bro.
Exactly.
That's just me.
And that's what's gonna change this year. We're gonna drop the play clock down. I mean, Noah makes a lot of adjustments as well.
So on that, I see now. I'll tell you what they're talking about. I have my receiver wide open if I change the play.
on that last play. Right now, I don't know
Yeah,
what defense he's in, but there's a. This is right here. This is. I'm gonna stop this right here. I know what you called here, but I'm like, you had this right here. The
yeah,
linebacker has
no.
to cover him. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? But you're in the heat of the game, and you call that. I'm like, no! Out of all things, that's what you called. And he's in the freaking goal line. So you know
Yeah.
you have a goal. You know you have a wide receiver taking on a linebacker. So I know if you seen that, you would have hit that real quick. But this
So
last drive, go ahead.
my goal was always not to give him the ball back at all, though. Even though I didn't want to give him the ball back at all. So I wanted to get the first down and then if we use his timeouts and kick a game-winning field goal. You know,
Hmm.
uh, me scoring, he gave me 35. He still can beat me. He scored a touchdown. So I just play football how I was taught. I didn't see that though. To let everyone know, I did not see that. I wasn't paying attention to that. I was paying attention to my man doing a bubble screen and not getting tackled by the defensive end.
Right.
This was a pressure field goal because I missed like 4 extra points this game.
Yeah. Some of these field goal things, man. I don't know how people are missing. This drive right here is gonna be crazy here. So just watch this drive and make sure you count all these adjustments. And I think he confused himself.
Probably. So I wonder what he came out with. He loves that middle high or that vertical. So I wonder what he came out with. All right, they verticals. He just come out, hike the ball. And now he's gonna go to verticals again. No, I want to say he did a draw. Okay, verticals again. Now could be verticals again. So he changed the play. Flat out. He changed that. He changed that when he got to the line because that wasn't an option.
The thing is, if you're in man, that's what really messes you up. And then when you go in zone, it's even there's no win. There's no win-win situation with this.
You have to play man against the Bears. You have to play. See, with zone, he'll find the he'll find the holes in the zone, and he's such a good passer that he'll put the ball where he need to put the ball. So you have to play man and just not to hope we make a mistake, but hope the guys can cover. He like to throw fade route. He like to go throw go routes. He attacks the seams. Uh, he really don't do too many crossers. This play right here was a play that pissed me off. I swore I played great defense. That's six changes right there.
Six
This pissed me
changes.
off. That pissed me
Oh, I
off.
thought you had the interception there.
But if you see how Fields threw the ball off the run, I like in them conditions, I don't believe that. I don't know what happened here, but his guard or center got beat real bad. He said he wanted to go to Claypool. He ain't have
He
Claypool.
had Claypool. He wasn't even open.
Yeah. They say he wanted to go to Claypool.
And that was the ball game on that.
Yeah.
But don't forget, guys, I'm going to go to this other game, but don't forget, man, Julio has done something for us, and he's going to be a part of. He's. I can't do everything. Somebody's got to do something. Julio stepped up here, and we got something going on with Amazon, and we're going to be advertising their products. And how the league's going to help us, or help the league, or help ourselves, and we're going to get some gifts out of this. And the gifts will come right to your house. I'm not going to play that game. Everybody here uses Amazon. And I do well, my wife does every day. I'm always seeing packages coming in. What we're going to do, how many times do you order from Amazon?
I don't, but the missus does
The missus
every
does.
day.
Exactly. I come home, there's stuff sitting on my porch. I'm like, why is she ordering stuff? What is going on here? So anyway, what's going to happen is you're going to find what you want. You're going to see what you order. You know, say I want a headset. So I'll get the headset that I want, and then I'll send it to Julio. Say, hey, Julio, here's the link. This is what I want. He's going to go in and get his little whatever discounts, whatever he gets. But it's going to also give the league points for everything that we buy. So when we buy stuff, we get points, and that's what's going to give us stuff to give out. So we're asking as a league to support your league, which is RMNFL, the brand with a plan, to do these things, which is go, hey, Julio, this is what I got. And he has to be available. He's going to have to turn those notifications on because guess what? If he don't answer, go ahead and do your thing. But let's give him time because you got kids and family. So, basically, I want to order something. Hey, Julio, I want to order this. This is what I want to order. He's going to come back. He's going to give you a link. You're going to take the link, click on the link. It's like a code for us. Show that it came from RMNFL. You order. We get points. And then he's going to come up with a system that allows you to get points. And then that's where you're going to get your gifts from. So I think it's a pretty good idea. That's one way to get involved with them. And he is our proud affiliate person for Amazon. So I think it's a good thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, it can't be too hard. But we'll talk about it more. But let's go to this next game here. Now I'm trying to look. Okay, and now I see it's 14-12. And Kareem's going to come on here Saturday morning. Don't forget. And also, don't forget tonight, or tomorrow night, we got 9 o'clock. We got the Lions and the Giants going at it.
Good game.
Now, that right there, I want to see. What happened? Okay, so basically saying, oh, yeah, why does that happen? Did you see that?
Yeah, the corner stop.
Yeah, I'm going to put...
So, slow it down.
Put this on. Well, here's what I'm going to do first.
He didn't do an audible nothing like that, but he just the corner stop.
What I'm going to do is... 1 second here. My bad. Where's my play action? Where's my... oh, hold on. I know what I got to do. I got to get our replay done. Figure out what happened. Alright, let's see. What happened here on that replay? Why does that happen where... Unfortunately, I didn't put the replay in before I started this. But we got to figure out why these things are happening. Why are these receivers just like... These D-backs are just staying there.
That's a dot right there, boy. That was a dot. That That's probably one
So
of the best passes I've seen all year. I did that. That's crazy.
I guess that's the play they're talking about. Let me go back to it again, try to figure out what he did, how it happened.
I
All right,
don't
so
know
we're,
what
we're looking over
you
here. So we
looking at that
got
cornerback.
looking here and here. I wish. Okay, so he's taking him this way, and he's going that way, so it's making them two bump.
Yeah,
So it's so it
but
makes them bump.
yeah, I think that's the. So I think that's one the coverage that Julio is in because he's 10 yards off the ball. You see how deep that safety is. I mean that corner is. So the outside receiver doing like a stop route
So he's coming here. He's
to do a
here.
stop route. He's
He's.
gonna do a stop route.
This is why it's better to play safety. So this you don't allow this mix this stuff here to happen. So watch this what he's doing. Oh no,
It's a
not
different
there.
play.
Different play, good.
So if you go to the play, right, play that we're talking about, I guess the play that's in question. That outside receiver does it's called a stop route. I want to say it's like a slant where he just stops. This is it right here. So he's gonna do a stop route. Boom, and he just does a fade. You see, he really didn't change
Yeah.
the play. It's just that the defender was so far off the ball, it hurt. It hurts him. But like, and it's easier said than done now. The game's over, but it's good to jamming sometimes and just play over the top. You can press over the top
Hmm.
just so that that space is ate up. You know. Now you got to make a good pass, which the Bears can do. You got to make a good pass, but I
So
didn't
it's
know
it's
that.
it's just better that so with all those crossing routes, you gotta like I don't know, man. And a lot of you guys play man. So
I think the best way to beat the Bears is man.
yeah, but
I
when
do
you
not.
play man, that's what happens to you. He's gonna run
I
those
agree.
plays that get you all crossed up.
I agree. But you have the ability of the defense to make all of the line as well. So a lot of times I might come out in the zone to show him zone and click the man, you know,
Yeah.
just so that he can or show him man to click the zone. Because again, he's a gifted offensive player. He's going to, you only can contain him. You ain't going to stop him.
Right.
You only going to contain him. He's an offensive user. He knows offense. He knows the plays that will beat man. He knows the plays that will beat zone. Whereas somebody like me, I'm just playing the game, you know, picking plays and trying to execute them the best way I can.
Right.
I want to say, but
All right. Well, this was me and Mr. Kareem, the Eagles. This is Arizona. We went over the whole league. It's almost time. Guys, start locking your teams up because I don't want to wait till the last second. We went over everything that we needed to go through today. And don't forget, we got a game Wednesday night. Lions and
the Giants.
Lions and the Giants.
And before we get off,
Yep.
that's a big game, bro. That's a big game. They're 6 and 7 seed. I think the winner gets the higher seed, which is the 6th seed, and lose go to the 7th seed. That's a big game. It can be potentially a rematch of both in the divisions. I can play the Giants for the third time, and the Bears can play the Lions for the third time. So that's a big game. Everybody need to tune in, show support. We're near the playoff, where everybody wanted to be at. We're finally here. So let's show out and show our support. Drop your team name in the stream.
Yep. And don't forget, we're going to also have $75 to guess the right score and winner. I turned it up to 100. We'll turn it up to 100 because we started at 50. Nobody got it. Then it was. I'll tell you what I do. We'll do 75. If we get at least, I think we can get 15 users to pop in. 15 users to pop in. We'll turn it up to 100. So we'll go 100 if you can guess the score and the winner. And Kareem, you was right last week, by the way. You just had the wrong team.
Yeah, no. It's tough.
But anyway,
it's tough.
You're watching RMNFL Network. This is Coach Marion and Kareem. And don't forget, Saturday morning, Kareem is going to come out with a talk show about the league his way. He's hosting it by himself. And whoever he brings on, I'll get to do his little production. And again, this is RMNFL. Thank you very much.